So in this video, we will cover information and idea question types, subtypes, right? So what are these subtypes? This is a list of 6 subtypes that come under information and ideas questions. So let's start with the first one, which is author's message. So these questions will ask you to identify information and ideas explicitly stated in the text or to draw reasonable inferences and logical conclusions from the text. In some cases, the questions will ask you to apply information and ideas in a text to a new analogous situation, right? So the question here is, the passage most strongly suggests that Adalita used which of the following to navigate her 9,000-mile journey? Here you have 4 options, A, B, C, D. She could have used any one of these for her journey, and you have to check which one of these is mentioned explicitly in the text and then choose accordingly, right? The next is citing textual evidence, and as the name suggests, this will ask you to cite evidence within the text that best supports a given point or idea, right? So this question will usually follow up a question that was shared in the last time, this one, right? So you will be given 4 choices, and each of these choices will be a reference to a certain sentence or group of sentences in the passage, and you will have to select the appropriate sentence which gives evidence that the answer to your previous question is correct. Right. So the next is determining central ideas and themes. And as the name suggests, the question here is the main idea of the final paragraph is that, and then you have option A, option B, option C, and option D, right? So you have to read the or just quickly go over the final paragraph again and identify the central theme and idea, and then select one of these options. Another is summarizing. So these questions will ask you to recognize an effective summary of a passage or part of a passage, right? So the question is, which choice best describes what happens in the passage? And then there are 4 choices. So this particular question is from a literature passage, and this basically summarizes that what exactly happened in that passage or the whole passage, maybe. Right. So the first question. So number 5th is understanding relationships. These questions will ask you to draw connections such as cause and effect, comparison and contrast, and sequence between or among people, events, or ideas in the passage. So, for example, if there are 2 ideas mentioned in the passage, either there is a comparison or contrast happening, either there's a sequence, one happened first and the other happened afterwards, or there is a cause and effect relationship between them, and you have to understand that relationship and answer the question based on that understanding. So the question is based on the passage, which choice best describes the relationship between Putman's and Lohmann's research. So these are 2 types of researches. Either they agree with each other, either they contradict each other, either they confirm each other or build on each other. You have to look at that and then accordingly answer. And the last type is interpreting words and phrases in context. This is my favorite type because this is the most easy one. So these questions will ask you to figure out the precise meaning of a particular word or phrase as it is used in a passage. So the question is, as used in line 52, intense most nearly means. So what you will do for this type of question is to go back to line number 52 and read 1 or 2 lines before the word intense and read 1 or 2 lines after the word intense, and this will give you certain context as to what the word intense really means, right? So in that case, even if you do not really know the meaning of the word itself, for example intense in this case, you will still have enough understanding to answer it correctly. So these are the 6 subtypes of the information and ideas question type. In the next video we will cover the other question types as well.